Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Or whenever you're watching, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you watch these. Uh, all right. Gratitude and acceptance for a Monday, getting started with our week. And acceptance is a funny one because it's just we're shitty at it. We're just shitty at it. We're resistance machines generally. We things show up for us as not the way we want them, and we resist them. We try and fix them. We try and change them. We try and make it better. And it's a powerful axiom to live from. Whatever you resist persists. Uh, that I found to be 100% valid and operative in my life. So the real opportunity is, I don't even like that. The real opportunity, an opportunity is to practice acceptance, noticing what's happening in the present moment, noticing our reaction. And this really does include accepting our personal reaction to things. I don't know about you, but I know in the experiment that I call my life, I rarely start with accepting my own upset. The fact that I'm upset, somehow I shouldn't be this upset. Okay. Acceptance includes accepting how we are about whatever it is that's got us upset. So accepting the whole picture. And, there's no path to created gratitude without acceptance. Uh, Gratitude happens when you get off the plane for your honeymoon, pretty easy. But in any of the mundane or troubling or horrific things that life throws at you without acceptance, you're really not going to get to gratitude. And so practicing, exercising the muscle of accepting things as they are and as they are not is critical muscle to build. And I really do think it's a muscle. I think it's something you can develop, you can exercise. And so let's sit for 10 minutes and see what shows up. And I'd love to hear what shows up for you out of this. And we're just going to take a few minutes and breathe and check in and see what there is that we could accept and see what it takes to have gratitude show up around that. All right, I think that's all I want to say about that. Okay, so let's start with settling into the body. You can close the eyes if that feels safe where you are, or just lower your gaze. Just avoid visual distractions, although you're welcome to keep them open. And just feel into the body. You can feel your feet on the ground, maybe wiggle your toes, wiggle your butt in the seat, feel yourself there, shrug your shoulders. Give yourself a chance to just get into the body, finding a balance front to back, side to side. And then with every exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Noticing the breath now. Not changing it, just noticing it. Noticing how deep you go on the in and the exhale. Bringing to mind your intention for being here today. What is it you'd like to accomplish? What are you out for? What would you like to have in your life? Just getting yourself present to what you're doing here for you. Now, generating some non-judgmental, loving, kind awareness, bringing to mind something in your life that shouldn't be the way it is. I'd start with something small, just to practice, but one thing in your life that you know you wish were different, that you don't accept the way it is, that you resist, that you're having a problem with. It could be about you, or it could be a situation, it could be something about another. But just pick one. Let's not have it be traumatic one, because we only have a few minutes together. But as you develop the muscle, you could always move on. And with that area, that person, that situation in mind, you're going to start with just bringing non-judgmental awareness to it. You're just going to notice, how are you about that? Are you upset, frustrated, annoyed? How are you about that? You're just going to watch like an observer, a witness of yourself in relation to that. Give yourself a chance to just be with the emotional response to that area. You may notice an emotional response to the emotional response, and that's okay too. Just going to keep zooming out as the observer with non-judgmental, loving, kind awareness, being gentle with yourself, giving yourself permission to experience yourself being that way. Maybe a sense of wonder or curiosity, noticing what it's like to be you in relationship to this. Just giving yourself permission, giving yourself space to be how you are about it. You really are upset or disappointed. You have that upset or that disappointment. See, when it shifts from you are to you have, it's an interesting break. If you can have the experience versus being the experience, you're a step closer to accepting it. You really do have that experience. So now you have the experience you have. Looking back at that area, see if there's anything else about it other than you, the experience you have. Is that the only possible experience you could have with that area? Sometimes you notice it's not even the area. It's what you tell yourself about the area. It's not your weight or your finances or the way that person acts. That's the source of the upset. Sometimes you notice that person's acting the way they're acting, or your weight is your weight. And then you tell yourself something about that. See if you can hear what you tell yourself about that. That's the source of the upset or the disappointment or the frustration. See if you can see what you add. Because you do weigh what you weigh. You have the money you have. That person acts the way they act. And take one step out further from the area. Can you see there's the area? There's what you say. And there's your emotional response to what you said. See if you can see the whole world of it as a non judgmental observer. And then from that viewpoint, as a non judgmental observer, just ask, is there anything about this to be grateful for? Is there a lesson? Is there some way that you've grown? Is there some way you could grow? There may not be. That's okay. You're not forcing it. You're just curious, just asking the question, seeing what's there. Has this area made you stronger? Has it made you more compassionate? Could it make you stronger? Could it make you more compassionate? Or maybe the gratitude comes from, oh, yeah, that is the way it is, but I have all this other stuff that's great. That's not as big as I thought it was. That is an area that I wish were different, but I have all this other stuff that's working. Can you allow the gratitude to come in from that direction? Or maybe you could be grateful just that you have a little distance on it and doesn't have the grip that it had when you started. Any thread of gratitude. As you go through your day with things that upset you or disappoint you, or you can always take the opportunity to step back and observe yourself with non-judgmental, loving awareness. Notice that you got upset. See if you can practice acceptance throughout the day. See what opens up. Take another couple of breaths. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Come on back. Cool. I'd love to see your reflections, your thoughts on this. You can write it in the comment section of whatever platform you're watching this on. And there's always the opportunities to practice during your day, 2 or 3 times, stopping, closing your eyes maybe, catching your breath, seeing what it would take to have that situation bring forth gratitude. Practice that and see what happens. And we will see you tomorrow, back tomorrow. Deuces. Namaste, motherfuckers. See you tomorrow.